After 114 years, the Boy Scouts are no more, at least in name. In an effort to, quote, boost inclusion, the Boy Scouts will become Scouting America next year. The president of the Scouts saying, quote, though our name will be new, our mission remains unchanged. We are committed to teaching young people to be prepared for life, a simple but very important evolution as we seek to ensure that everyone feels welcome in Scouting.
Well, wait a second. So if you want everyone welcome in Boy Scouts,
right?
Why? And there's 176,000 girls in Boy Scouts,
right?
What's going to happen to Girl Scouts? I mean, the Boy Scouts down in numbers. They got to go grab girls and bring them over to Boy Scouts, and we'll relabel it. That's why we have Girl Scouts.
Well, right, and
we have to recognize, man, they're going after boys, going after men, not only in this country, but the Western world, where it's happening big time. And again, it's all under the name of inclusivity. We got to include everyone. We got to include everyone. Again, we had to affirm people. We have to make them feel better. No, we don't. Our job is to be honest. Our job is to tell the truth, even if that truth stings. And one thing, I was thinking about the other day was, again, if you hurt people's feelings by telling them, hey, look, you're a boy, you can never be a girl. You're a girl, you can never be a boy. Well, you don't need to affirm them. You shouldn't affirm them. Again, that's going the wrong way. Again, be honest. If you can't be anything, please be honest. We have truly got to recognize that. But again, they're selling people evil. They're bundling it. They're saying, oh, look, you have to be affirmative. You have to be inclusive. And whenever you hear those words, run. That's evil. That is truly evil. Again, you should not have to use whatever fake pronoun somebody says in order to make them feel better. Because they might commit suicide or whatever. Again, we have truly got to understand that's not real. That's not real. Again, who commits majority of suicides in this country? Men. Straight men. Men. And as a matter of fact, middle-aged men commit majority of those suicides. But guys, we have truly got to understand what's happening. And the reason why they're going after men and boys is because men and boys, they're the leaders. And again, I know people are going to get upset about this, but I really don't care because men and boys are the leaders. They are natural leaders. Not women, not girls. Men and boys. Again, when you get rid of men and boys and you make them into girls and you raise them to be that, you raise them to be emotional and everything else, again, you're doing away with men. When you do so, you make everyone vulnerable. Because again, the men are the ones traditionally that stood up, that have fought and died for this country, for the Western world. Not women. Men. And we truly have got to recognize that when you make boys into girls with dicks, again, you're bringing down society big time. I mean, again, we saw that happen within the black community. Back in 1960, 75% or thereabouts of black families were raised by a black man, were headed by a black man. Now, 25%. Majority of black families are headed by a single black female. Again, it's not good. It's not good at all. They raise criminals. They do. We have to understand. over 70% of the prison population is people that were raised by single mothers. That's the biggest predictor of whether or not you're going to wind up in trouble with the law when you get older. You have to recognize that. Again, they're not churning out Einsteins. They're not even churning out productive people in the world. We have to recognize that. And again, I'm not being mean by saying that, but we just have to be honest and recognize that. They're churning out people that are bringing things down. So again, what they're doing is they're trying to bring down men, to bring down boys, make them emotional, make them, again, weak. And they're attacking masculinity. Anything traditional. It's now toxic. It's bad. Oh, you can't do that. You can't say that. You have to use the pronouns we tell you to use. You have to. No, you don't. Inclusive. We have to be inclusive. We have to allow the girls and the Boy Scouts, and we have to change the names and everything else. And I get that they have gone bankrupt and they had to change their names and everything else. I mean, I get that. But we have to, drop the word boy because we have to be inclusive. No, we don't. Again, that is how you bring down the Western world. That's how you bring down this country. And that's what's happening. Everyone is feeling sorry for everyone. We got to feel sorry for these people. That's why the southern border is wide open. That's why 7.5 million people have come into this country in the past 3.5 years under Joe Biden. We got to feel sorry for people. No, we don't. No, we don't. We don't have to be inclusive. We don't have to feel sorry for people. We don't have to affirm people. We don't have to give people things. We don't have to. As a matter of fact, when we do, we set up ourselves to be weak and other people to take from us. And we feel guilty because, again, they're poor, they're black, or they're brown, or they come from whatever countries or whatever. We have truly got to recognize what's happening. And again, that's the reason why they're going after men and boys. Because, again, men and boys traditionally have been strong. They've been leaders. Again, they wouldn't allow this stuff to happen, but now they're so beta-tized and so weak that, again, they're letting everything happen. Whatever. They're too afraid to stand up and do the right thing. And that is the reason why what is happening with the Boy Scouts changing their name is really happening. And again, I get that there's been bankruptcy and whatever. I mean, I get that. But there is a reason why the word boy has been dropped. And again, that's because of inclusivity. And that is purely evil. Inclusive and affirming people. If you hear those two words, run. But guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks. You son of a